Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
In John 14:15, Jesus said, "If you love me, keep my commandments." I didn't really understand that fully until I had children. And let me tell you, when children disobey, that is not showing love for the parent. In fact, it shows disdain, disrespect, and dishonor, especially if the child's attitude is defiant. For example, one of my goals I prayed for my children was that they would love each other and grow up to be best friends. As an only child, I realized this sounded idealistic to most people who grew up with a sibling or more. Children naturally just don't get along. They fuss and fight. And many continue that into their adult years. But I knew with God, all things are possible. So many household rules centered around siblings treating one another with love and respect. But if one hit the other or bit the other, that wasn't loving toward their sibling. But it was also not showing love toward me as their mother. I'd sit my son down and say, "I know you're angry with your sister. She hit you and that hurt. But do you love me?" Inevitably, he'd nod. He wasn't mad at me, just his sister. "Then can you apologize for hitting her back and give her a hug? What you did hurt her too. She gets frustrated when you take her toy." I had other goals, like getting places on time. With a last name like Early, you kinda gotta get places on time. And I tried to leave plenty of time to get out the door. But when my daughter refused to put her shoes on, or my son ignored me and kept playing instead of obeying, that wasn't loving to me. In fact, it might be that we were going someplace for them that was going to be fun, like the library or the play group. So disobedience brought discipline. Around that time, I learned the true meaning of obedience, doing it right away, the right way, with the right attitude. If I hollered up the stairs, "Get your shoes on, it's time to go," I should hear, "Yes, Mama," and the pitter-patter of little feet hurrying to obey. They should come down with appropriate shoes on and smiles on their faces, ready to obey whatever else I asked. We practiced this so that they would know exactly what the definition meant in different situations. But it taught me that love really was firmly attached to obedience, whether it was my kids obeying me or me obeying God. In fact, teaching my children to obey me taught them to obey God later in life. And how they saw me obeying God in their early years would influence how they obeyed God later. So I had to question myself. Did I obey out of love or because I felt it was my duty? Did I obey immediately or did I try to argue with God or postpone my obedience for a more convenient time? Did I do things with excellence or did I cut corners and declare my efforts good enough? Did I joyfully obey, or did I grumble and complain? Was I truly obeying? How about you? When you get a command from God, whether it's His still small voice in your spirit, a challenge from a sermon, or directly from the pages of Scripture, do you obey right away, the right way, with the right attitude? Do you keep Jesus' commands because you love Him and show it? What is God calling you to do today?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.